really, all I'm going to do is like go through. You don't have any PowerPoints from chapter 1 or notepad, whatever you want to look at, whatever. I'm just going to like ask a question from like the slides, basically. So maybe I'm just going to like real quick. I'll probably have a question on there that says something like the study of structure best describes A, anatomy, B, physiology, something like that. So if you know the outline packet, you're golden on that stuff, right? The quiz. You guys only 2 questions, multiple choice. So probably a question from that. What's that?
How many questions?
10. Yeah, for the quiz tomorrow. Okay. Probably nothing here, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. I'll probably have a question about those 4 body systems that I gave you. Integumentary, skeletal, muscular, nervous. Maybe something like what's included with them and the function. So probably just one question about that. I might say which system includes skin, hair, nails. You have to pick, right? Which system's used for, I don't know, support and protection, includes cartilage and skeletal, right? So bones, protection, yeah. Something like that, right? A question from those 4 body systems. Yeah, I'm not going to go through all those. It was like way too many. So you got a question on that? Alrighty. Then we're going to do those 6 levels of organization. I might ask, what's the 5th level of organization? You got to know in order, right? From smallest to largest. What's the 2nd level? Something along those lines. Yeah. So I might ask you a question that's similar to that and say, a group of cells is known as a tissue. 2 or more tissues combined together forms an organ. Something along those lines. So it goes sort of either way. Put them in the right order or talk about each one sort of individually. And so we sort of do that here, right? So the chemical level, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen makes 96% of the human body, things like that, right? Smallest living portion of the human body is the cell. So if you go through these little parts, it should be good. Probably have a couple questions on that too. Maybe have you name the 4 main categories of tissues: connective tissue, muscle tissue, epithelial tissue, nerve tissue, something like that. Yeah, so it should be pretty okay on that. Maybe a question on definitions of metabolism or anabolism or catabolism. So I might ask you, I don't know, something like all the chemical processes that are used to build new muscle tissue would be A, anabolic, B, catabolic, C, metabolic, whatever. So if you're going to build up something, it's anabolic. If you're breaking it apart, catabolic.
It's also metabolic, technically.
You can do, nothing. Probably a question on homeostasis, maybe. Might be something that says all, right, of those chemical processes or something that maintains a stable internal environment best describes homeostasis, right? Something like that. So a question on homeostasis, I'm sure. Probably a question, maybe a question on body fluids. Intracellular, extracellular, interstitial, things like that. So okay, like identify the watery solution on the outside of the cell. Extracellular. Yeah. Water found within a tissue. Interstitial, right? So that's the key for that one. So it says interstitial with that extracellular, that is within a tissue for that one. Okay. Probably definitely a couple questions on feedback mechanisms. Positive and negative, right? One will exaggerate the original stimulus, the other one will reduce it or eliminate it. And then they had 3 components to that feedback mechanism: receptor, control center, effector. And you only know what each of those 3 do. The receptor will receive the information, sort of monitor that. We send it to the control center that analyzes it, and then the effector will carry out the command that's generated. Yeah, so that's my positive, negative. What do we have more of? More positive or more negative? Negative. More negative. What's an example of a positive feedback? Childbirth. Think of that. And this is my last slide about homeostasis. When it's out of whack, you can have disease or death. And it's just normal wear and tear, right? You sort of wear out. So that's pretty much like it. right? Chapter 1, not a whole lot there. I want to do like maybe 10 minutes of chapter 3 just because we have to do some chapter 3 to start on that at least a little bit, because otherwise you're going to have 2 chapters on